Hello, and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities in case you missed it for September 2023. Here, I gather up some weird and offbeat stories that mostly happen throughout the current month that you might not have heard about. So let's not waste any time and jump right into it. Are you familiar with the scene from The Office?
Go up to the right, bear right, over the bridge, and hook up with 307.
Make a right
Maybe it's a
turn.
shortcut, Dwight. It said go to the right.
It can't mean that. There's a lake
right
there.
there.
I think it knows where it is going.
This is the
the
lake.
machine
This
knows.
is the lake.
Stop yelling at me.
No, it's
Stop
not
yelling.
there. There's no road
Here.
Well, they often say life imitates art, and in one small Massachusetts town called Middleton, this is what happened. A DoorDash driver was following GPS directions to the location where he had to deliver some donuts. Unfortunately for him, the GPS led him straight down a dirt road into a body of water. The driver was able to get out and grab the delivery while doing so. This guy deserves a tip. After making it out of the car, the driver found a nearby home and called 911. Police and firefighters arrived shortly later. They found the car partially submerged and still running. They towed it away and the driver requested to be taken to the hospital. The police on the scene did something that I would expect from any public servant. Now, if you're thinking they took the donuts and dropped them off at the home of the people who ordered it, then I laugh at you. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. That would be too much of a decent thing to do. No, instead, being the revenue collectors that they are, they actually charged the driver with negligent operation of a motor vehicle and put in a request to suspend the license of the driver. I have a lot of things I can say, but I'd rather hear your opinions. Do you think the driver should have been charged? Also, no word on if the donuts made it to the destination. Now, you know if you ever have to use an outhouse, then you must have to go bad. And for one woman who used an outhouse at a northern Michigan boat launch, she's wishing she held it in longer. The woman somehow dropped her Apple Watch into the toilet. And not wanting to lose the overpriced gadget, she, and I quote, climbed into the pit and got herself stuck. When she figured out she was stuck, she yelled out for help. People heard her pleas and called 911. Michigan Department of Natural Resources, Michigan State Police, and EMS arrived on the scene. They had to pull apart the toilet and lift the woman out of the pit after placing a harness and strap to her. Needless to say, this was quite the embarrassing moment. No word on if she retrieved her watch or not. The state police only comment on the situation was that people should avoid climbing into tight, confined spaces if something is dropped in it. In other words, use common sense. So, I think it's safe to say no one wants to be stuck in an outhouse toilet, but what about being stuck in the air with a group of people? Well, something like that happened at an amusement park called Canada's Wonderland in Vaughan, Ontario, where a ride called the Lumberjack, that goes inverted, got stuck. Luckily, the people weren't stuck for too long, as they were inverted for about 30 minutes or so before staff were able to get them down and out. Some people complained of chest pain, but ultimately everyone was all right. When a less than smart park worker asked if everyone was okay, they were met with a very loud and unanimous no. This hideous thing you're seeing on screen at the moment is a banana spider. And this spider could help guys get it up. No, I'm not joshing you. The venom from the spider actually helps guys get it up. And now there are researchers trying to figure out how. Researchers in Brazil are studying the effects venom from the spider has on men in order to help those who suffer from erectile dysfunction. The bite from this spider has caused men to have prolonged and sometimes painful erections. So, why not capitalize and get it on the market for guys who suffer ED? While I'm somewhat joking around, this would actually be quite beneficial for those dealing with prostate issues. A high number of men who suffer with prostate cancer refuse to get it removed because oftentimes it leads to erectile dysfunction, and researchers are hoping to curb that. This spider could be the key to rid men of that fear and help them with their health. At the moment, the researchers are on phase 2 out of 3 for approval in Brazil. So, while normally I'm a burn it with fire type of guy when it comes to bugs, I suppose this one is okay to keep around a little longer. And finally, how would you like to get some chicken, drugs, and possibly shot? Well, at a Popeyes in Harris County, Texas, you'd get exactly that. A worker at this particular Popeyes would work the window, and if he smelt weed coming from a car, he'd give the people their order along with his business card, as he was a seller of weed and his office was the Popeyes restroom. Well, one person wanted to do some business, and I don't mean of the chicken kind. The worker and customer went to the bathroom to conduct business, and that's when everything went wrong. The customer stole the Popeyes worker's backpack that was filled with weed and ran off. The worker just so happened to have a gun because, Texas, and opened fire. It's unknown if the customer was shot or not, but the backpack was recovered, not by the worker, but by deputies, and all the contents were in it. Deputies also found the gun the worker used in a trash can, and needless to say, the now former Popeyes worker was arrested. Maybe next time he'll find a better place to conduct his business instead of a bathroom at his legitimate workplace. And that concludes In Case You Missed It for September 2023. Thank you all for watching, and if you have your own offbeat stories, feel free to share it with us in the comment section down below or share it with us on social media. You can find those links in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and we will be seeing you in October.